is that a lot of these young people are not employable. And that compounds the problem. With skills such as the one that will be taught in the institutions that Senator Ume proposes should be located somewhere in Anambra, which is not too far, to several other cities that are used to my distinguished comrade.
But let me remind you, sir, that for now, we are taking contribution from those in support of the bill. Thereafter, we now go those against the bill. So I don't.
Yes, sir.
Are you
I'm
for?
supporting.
Are you for? If you are not for,
I am for.
Okay.
You know, you have taught us, sir, that once we are in the Senate, it is one house. There is no PDP, there is no APGA, there is no APC, just the Senate. And the first two speakers are from PDP. And they don't have the numbers to get the motion through. So they need to have a handshake across the aisle. I believe that this is, for me, the kind of institutions we should be encouraging, not even universities of technology. Because, Mr. President, sir, it will shock you when you interact with major contractors like, I will mention their name freely here, first-class civil engineering contractors. You will find that they need electricians. They put sign at their site, they can't find. They need plumbers, you can't find. Just those basic skills. If I'm not going to take your time, but it's worth reminding you that I traveled with President Jonathan to somewhere in Southern Africa. I believe it's this small country. But my embarrassment was that the Nigerian ambassador there was pleading with the country's president that they want to train, they should admit Nigerians to learn bricklaying, plumbing, those basic stuff. And I felt so belittled because the president there reminded us that he was a product of Nigeria Police College Ikeja. And now we are asking him to provide Nigerians opportunity to be taught about plumbing, bricklaying, POP, etc., etc. Sir, to deal with the crisis of unemployment in Nigeria will be solved by the kind of bill that he has proposed. Because we face today not just the fact of so many people not being employed. The real shame, Mr. President, is that a lot of these young people are not employable. And that compounds the problem. With skills such as the one that will be taught in the institutions that Senator Ume proposes should be located somewhere in Anambra, which is not too far, to several other cities that are used to jobs like this. I think this Senate will be doing Nigerians, not Anambra people, a word of good by shifting emphasis to skill acquisition. And as he lists them out, bricklaying, iron bending, those basic things that the Minister of Labor used to do when I was in Kaduna.
Your Excellency, you have 1 second remaining.
So I support, it has been seconded already. I support that this bill should go through second reading. It is timely, it is consistent with our determination to have youths that are not just product of universities, that have no skills except they get a job in the public sector. This one will drive the economy at local level and various parts of the country. So, Mr. President, sir, I rise to support that this bill should go through second reading. Thank you, sir.
Implementation of Orange Science report. And you've been somehow a lone voice in this Senate that always go against the establishment of institutions, new institutions. So that's why I was thinking that we were going to go against the bill. But it's an exception. So you are lucky that I didn't go against your bill. Thank you. So,
this very important bill for an act to establish the Federal College of Skills Acquisition and Technology, AGOLO, in Anambra State, SB 493, be moved.
You may wish to proceed. You don't need a seconder.
Thank you, Mr. President. My brother is already itching to second the motion, Senator Moye. Mr. President, My highly respected colleagues, I hereby present the lead debate on this very important bill for an act to establish the Federal College of Skills Acquisition and Technology, Agolo, Anambra State, SB 493. Mr. President, my highly respected, distinguished colleagues, permit me to lead the debate on this very important bill. The bill seeks to establish the Federal College of Skills Acquisition and Technology, Agolo, Anambra State. The bill was read for the first time in this hallowed chamber on Wednesday, 3rd of July, 2024. Distinguished senators will agree with me that the acquisition of technical and technological skills is a major requirement for the advancement and development of any nation. Therefore, establishment of platforms for acquisition of requisite skills through technical and technological education is in itself a source of youth empowerment, which invariably is a sure way of curtailing unemployment in the country. It is instructive to note that Nigeria today ranks among nations with very high level of youth unemployment. We have millions of youths idling away without any visible means of livelihood. And this has significantly contributed to the high level of insecurity in the country, as there is a saying that an idle mind is a devil's workshop. However, these idle youths can be salvaged and empowered through acquisition of technical skills that will provide employment opportunities for them, especially in the construction industry, as well as enable them to be self-employed. It is for these reasons that this bill has been conceived to provide trainings in sundry services, such as bricklaying, electrical installations, plastering, roofing, plumbing, painting, cooling systems, refrigeration, carpentry, steel fabrications, welding, sealing POPs, iron bending and fitting, and so on and so forth. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, it is not in doubt that people with these skills are the backbone of the construction industry in any given nation. For example, in America and other developed countries of the world, great emphasis is placed on skills acquisition among the youth, particularly those not in pursuit of university degrees or diplomas in tertiary institutions. They are known as handymen that render essential services in diverse areas and are properly certified and registered. Distinguished colleagues, on this note, I humbly request my distinguished colleagues to support the expeditious passage of this bill because of its far-reaching relevance to the socio-economic development of this country. In Nigeria today, most of these handymen are employed from Benin Republic, Cotonou, and the rest of it. They are the people rendering these services, which we can get our youths to acquire the skills and begin to offer these services in the construction industry and in our various homes. I so move. Thank you, Mr. President.
My name is Dr. Tony Moye, representing Anambra North. I want to second this motion and also lend my voice briefly to this bill to be read the second time as moved and espoused by my dear, very distinguished senior colleague, Senator Victor Ume, for a bill for an act to establish Federal College of Skill Acquisition and Technology, Agolo, Anambra State, and to make comprehensive provisions for its due management and administration and for other related matters. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, inasmuch that unemployment rate decreased from 5.6% to 5.3% in second quarter, which is commendable, but at the same time, youth unemployment stands at 6.50% nationwide. But we must say that despite this decrease in unemployment rate in this quarter, that there is a very need for this bill to be read second time so that this school acquisition center can be established in Agolo and Norcha local government in Anambra State, so as to create more opportunities for our youths to be educated in science, technology, and mathematics, especially on skill acquisition. There's a need for this institution to be established so that some people can be gainfully employed, so as to reduce insecurity, reduce unemployment, and other things that are plaguing our youths. So I'm lending my voice that we are appealing to our distinguished colleagues to support for this bill to be read second time. I so second. Thank you.